Morning, it's June 26th, and this is part 7 called Defense Filings. So the defense counsel for Curtis Wright is Jackson Lewis. The office is located in Greenville, South Carolina. So throughout these proceedings, defense counsel has been requesting irrelevant information not related to the case, such as my medical records. They want full discovery, meaning everything, which is not relevant to this case. They want access to my social media because of a video that I posted. You might have remembered that I posted a video a while back. The video was quite long, it's 38 minutes, and I was talking about mostly the safety issues that were occurring since I started litigating this case. So they wanted that video. So I eventually gave them the link to the video from my phone. They made such an issue of the video. Once I gave it to them, didn't hear a word about it. So like I told them in depositions, that video does nothing for their case. So since I haven't heard anything, it proved my point. But anyway, but still, they want access to my social media, which they've already looked at every post on my Instagram. They've looked at videos that I posted on YouTube. So what else do you need? So this defense counsel has been very intrusive, going on a fishing expedition, trying to find dirt, which they have not been able to do, but they want information regarding my tax returns, saying they need to prove what income I've made since leaving Curtis Wright. You subpoenaed my last employer, which was Amentum, and you have access to all my pay stubs. So what information exactly are you looking for? So they wanted the tax returns, the medical records, the social media. They wanted information regarding my business that I started before I started working at Curtis Wright. It's pretty intrusive considering I'm the one suing you. You're not suing me. The information, some of the information that you're requesting, you already have in your possession, but it's still not enough. But yet, I asked for information regarding, which is relevant to this case, regarding funding that you've received from the federal government, which you stated you have not received any federal funding from the Navy or the Department of Defense. But my question also asked any federal funding, and you refused to produce that information. But still, so the discovery process has been unbalanced, unfair. There's information that I've requested months and months ago that I have not received. The judge denies all my motions to compel defense to produce that information, but she grants defense's motion to access my medical records, tax returns, social media, information regarding my business. And then she turns around and says that I'm in control of what I produce in relation to my medical records, which I did, which was a clinical summary. But then they said I failed to produce information regarding my medical records because it wasn't full and fair disclosure. So the judge's order was confusing, and I believe it was intentional. And they're doing everything in their power to intimidate me, and they're harassing me on the docket. So if you look at some of defense counsel's filings, they're seeking information that's overbroad and not proportional to this case. It's just intrusive. And I've been dealing with this for months, and the judge always sides with defense counsel. So let's see, there are particular filings that I want to just briefly touch on. So defense counsel says I posted a video about my employment at Curtis Wright. I told him I didn't mention that I worked at Curtis Wright. I was fired because there was the male employee that bullied me. That's fact. It's documented fact. And as the video goes on, I talk about all the safety issues and all the irregularities that were going on. So I briefly mentioned my time at Curtis Wright, but I talked more about what was going on around my home. There have been several instances of people, unknown people, coming around my house. Like I said, they got the video, haven't heard anything else about it. So there's another filing where I asked for federal funding records, comparator discipline records, badge access logs, communication involving Amentum and Jackson Lewis. And defense counsel, this is funny. On page 5, they said that my requests are untimely and I seek irrelevant info. That's what the fuck they've been doing the whole time, seeking irrelevant info. The double standard in this case is fucking sickening. Sorry. They also said they asked about my tax returns because they wanted to know how much money I'm making. You know why they're so concerned about my income? Because throughout this case, they've been doing what they call financial strangulation. They got my Uber account deactivated. They got Navy Federal to seize whatever money that I did have in my account. So I was down to zero. I've been attempting to get like small part-time jobs while I was driving with Uber just so I wasn't driving all the time. I got the job, but never heard from these people again. And this was 2 different employers, like part-time jobs, like nothing spectacular, something just to get me out of the car. Never heard from them again. I think that's in relation to this case. There were attempts. After they seized all the money out of my account, I was able to get my hands on some more funds. And so I attempted to get a debit card. My attempts to activate that debit card was blocked multiple times. That wasn't a coincidence. So I was able to get it activated anyway through a friend. So in ECF 216, defense counsel says, I have waived psychotherapy privilege by intending to use mental health to support claims. So they are twisting and manipulating the laws and the legal standards. All of these cases that they've cited, and you'll be able to see it in their filings, it specifically states that psychotherapy privilege is upheld, which means they don't automatically get access to my full medical records just because I filed an intentional infliction of emotional distress claim. But that's where they're trying to twist it or manipulate it to make me think that. They think I'm stupid, but I'm not. And so they've been trying to twist the laws to pressure me to release all of my medical information, which I'm not going to do. And so they even sent a subpoena to my therapist. 1, which was not signed by the court. 2, you can't access my medical information without my authorization. But if you look at the subpoena, which should be in supporting evidence, and there's a cover letter, they request that the therapist send all of my documents and for her to sign the authorization. You would have set that woman up to have her license revoked or for her to be sued had she followed through with that, which she didn't. I have to give you permission to access my medical records. So they went around the system, which the judge did absolutely nothing about, trying to get my medical information. And it's no dates on it. So they want everything. You don't have the right to get full access to my medical records. And the judge should have sanctioned you or admonished you or done something because that's improper. You have no dates on it, you have no court signature on it, and you have no authorizations from me, which basically I believe I could probably sue you for. And I'm looking into that. So anyway, they never got the medical records, but they never stopped trying. This has been going on for months. I'm not getting the discovery information that I requested, but they want all of my personal information that's not even related to this case. And the judge has been letting them get away with it. Like I said, all of my motions have been denied. So defense, I sent them the clinical summary from my therapist, which has the dates of my employment on it in a general description of what my sessions were about related to Curtis Wright, and they said that was deficient. So now they are asking for sanctions, and the judge has dismissed my cyber intrusion claims, invasion of privacy claims. They may have dismissed some other claims, and defense counsel is asking for attorney fees of over $17,000. So that's basically what we're disputing right now. So this case has been very frustrating. If you get the chance, just look over some of the filings by defense counsel. It's quite a few of them, and I didn't want to go through all of them, but in that you'll see a pattern. Defense counsel, with the witness tampering. So the man that actually started all of this, Brian Fogarty, was the man that bullied me at Curtis Wright in front of a witness. He sent a cease and desist letter because he was supposed to be one of my witnesses in the deposition, but he didn't show up and he didn't contact me. So anyway, I contacted him. So he sent me a cease and desist letter and also sent it to the court, which is on the docket. ECF 242, which is also on the website under supporting evidence. That letter proves that defense counsel was interfering with a witness, which is a crime. And in that letter, it basically shows that he did not cooperate as far as the deposition goes. He never showed up. And at that point, it would be pointless trying to interview him because he's obviously hostile. And in that letter, there's a very aggressive, hostile tone in that letter, which basically kind of summarizes his attitude on May 19th, 2023, when he was bullying me. Same aggressiveness, same tone. That's Brian Fogarty. So defense counsel interfered with that, and the judge did nothing. So I'm fighting an uphill battle in this case, but I will continue to fight on, and I'll see it through to the end, and we'll see what happens. Maybe in the end, justice will prevail, but I have remedies for all the misconduct and the judicial bias and the abuse of discretion that's going on, and I intend to use all of those. So this is not over. I'll continue to see it through to the end, and I'll keep you updated on everything that's going on with this case. So I will continue to post videos updating you on the status of the case, and I will also do videos on the other case that I have pending with the Mentum. So that will be coming later. Just continue to watch me on my social media platforms. That's where I will continue to do the updates regarding these cases. Thank you. Bye.